Eileen Kerlin Walsh is with us right now, and we wanted to visit with Eileen because there are a couple of things that are going on as far as Gen Xers are concerned. A lot of them have made some good money over the years, and estate planning has not necessarily been top of mind for them. And you start to look at some of the older members of Generation X, that is starting to, they're going to be faced with reality here real quick. Give me some sense, Eileen, as to what Gen Xers are facing and what they should be prepared for.
Oh, my gosh. Are there a lot of challenges ahead, but some great news also. Good morning. Yes, for the oldest of we Gen Xers, retirement is probably only 10 years away, and that is going to go in quickly. And here are some of the unique challenges the Gen Xers face. We are more likely to have student debt than those boomers, less likely to have a company pension. We are more likely to have delayed childbearing and therefore find ourselves now not just with impending retirement, but still minor children and aging parents. And one of the most interesting things, Brian, I have found as I speak to Gen Xers is this is a generation with 3 decades of Oprah under their belt. They don't just want rest and relaxation in retirement. They want their best life ever, the new wonder years. So all of that, of course, has to have a plan.
Yeah, and that's the problem for a lot of Gen Xers. By the way, I raised my hand on every one of those things that you mentioned. When you look at planning, Gen Xers have not necessarily done a good job of that. Where do they start? I mean, you said they're facing retirement. What's the first move to make?
Well, the first move to make is, and it's not news to any of us, but it's good financial planning. It is not too late, Brian. The oldest generation Xers are in their mid-50s. This is the highest earning decade. So if health prevails, we can buckle down now, move from that required 10% savings to 30%, and maybe do a little simplification of our lives, really get serious about that investing. Also, Gen Xers are more likely to be comfortable digitally than the boomers and the prior generations. So maybe a little diversification, maybe some cryptocurrency and NFTs. There's still time to dip our toes in that, still stick with our traditional investing and get the money in place. One of the other challenges for the Gen Xers is that extra decade. The 90s is real, Brian. I see it in my practice every day. So we are likely to be retired as long maybe as we were working. So the good financial planning is absolutely essential. Then good estate planning. What you have already, what you're going to accumulate, you need to protect that. Trust planning, everyone needs a trust. We need to, even if the only asset we have is our principal residence, it should be in a trust. Protect it for yourself, protect it for those coming after you. Trust planning, powers of attorney, these are essential that we get them in place now. And the third leg of that planning stool is good tax advice. We want to make sure that we pay the least income tax, we want to pay the least death taxes, and we want to make sure that we have a handle on any capital gains for any assets that we have. So if we get on board with those 3 legs of the stool, good tax planning, good estate planning, good financial planning, we will be well on our way to a whole new beginning when we retire rather than going out to pasture.
Looks like I got a busy afternoon. Eileen Kerlin Walsh, thank you very much for all that insight.